Most people spend their best years waiting for motivation, waiting for the right moment. And then one day they wake up realizing that they have been procrastinating on their own lives. The fool, with all his other faults, has this also. He is always getting ready to live. That is a quote from Seneca. Procrastination isn't laziness, it's perfectionism, biology, and a result of bad systems. But once you understand it, you can rewire your brain, reclaim your focus, and become autonomous. I'm Fentimega, a 20-year-old from South Africa on a mission to becoming a millionaire in the next 1232 days, which is approximately 3 years and 4 months. I document my journey every day on IG and TikTok. And here, every week I drop one new episode about mindset, mastery, skill acquisition, and vlogs. So today we're going to be talking about procrastination, the invisible killer of dreams, and how to build laser focus from the inside out. Okay, let's start with the truth. You're running out of time. I mean, literally, seriously. It's not that life is short, it's just that we waste most of it. So said Seneca. Every hour you delay is an hour gone forever. William James once said, the person you should pity the most is the person who wakes up every day and has a lot of choices to make. Because too many choices mean paralysis. Paralysis means delay. Delay means regret. And here's what most people miss. Procrastination isn't doing nothing. It's doing everything except the thing that matters. Because most people take the notion of, when I'm procrastinating, I'm lazy, which is wrong. Laziness is knowing that you have to do something and you don't do it. You just decide, I don't feel like doing it. That's it. But procrastination is knowing that you have to do the thing, but you keep putting it off. It's perfection in disguise, waiting till the condition is just right. Because every time you try to do the thing, you tell yourself a seductive lie that I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it 5 hours from now, I'll do it later. But the truth is, when you do this, the clock doesn't care. Life doesn't wait to be perfect. You either move now or you waste another day preparing to live. Remembering that you're dying gives you urgency to your actions. Because without urgency, discipline has no foundation. Let's talk about your brain, because this is where the real war happens. So, you got two sides fighting. Your prefrontal cortex and your limbic system, or the reptilian brain. So it's a battle of logic versus emotion. Since your prefrontal cortex is newly developed, it then gets overpowered by your reptilian brain. Because your prefrontal cortex wants focus, but your limbic system wants dopamine, quick hits, short-term rewards, comfort. That's why you scroll instead of starting the task. That's why you check your phone mid-task. Because emotion overrides logic. And because we as humans are social creatures, the limbic system often wins. The result, you know what to do, but you can't make yourself to do it. The old identity crisis. When you know how your brain works, you stop blaming yourself and you start learning how to hack your wiring. Okay, now here's the scary part. Your environment programs your mind more than you realize. If you spend your time around people who delay, distract, and drift, you absorb patterns without noticing. It's contagious like fear. Have you ever been in a situation where there's a group and one person panics and suddenly everyone's heart spikes? That's how procrastination spreads too. From since you were born up until 20 years, science or statistics show that your brain is a sponge. It absorbs energy, the habits, the beliefs around it. If you grow up around comfort, avoidance, or distraction, you inherit those instincts. But the reverse is also true. When you surround yourself with focused people, people who have goals, people who work towards the future, like me, like you watching this, that's proof. Because once you restructure your surroundings, focus starts to feel normal, not forced. Now we go from theory to execution. Most people try to beat procrastination with motivation. Wrong. You beat procrastination with systems. Here's my toolkit. Take notes. First is implementation intention. If X happens, then I do Y. The reason this one, because it removes chaos and kills hesitation. For example, if it's 9 a.m., I write. If I finish eating, I walk. If I wake up, I make my bed. Non-negotiables. That's how you do it. Number 2, the momentum loop. You do micro actions that take you less than a minute to do, because action creates emotion, not the other way around. And the reason you do this is to reduce mental clutter, because decision fatigue is the reason why you develop mental paralysis and you don't know what to do, because there's so many choices. You just do a quick action, maybe 10 push-ups, maybe you dance, I don't know, anything, just to keep yourself moving. You make productivity the reward instead of the distraction. When you finally build momentum, the final boss is clarity. We live in a world drowning in noise. Notifications, opinions, and endless options. Focus is now the new form of rebellion. I'm a rebellion! We're gonna rebel! The goal isn't to do more, it's to filter better. Signal versus noise. What truly moves the needle stays. Everything else gets cut. Then comes calendar mastery. If your calendar is full, it tells a lot about you, because you have many things said, but I know that you don't follow your calendar. That's the reason. You just put it there just to feel productive, but you don't do anything to it. If it's empty, it also tells a lot about you. That means you're just living on free time. Nothing matters. You're just letting life happen to you. It's like the next minute I'm going to study, but it just happens. You do things when you feel like it. You need to adopt the habit of time blocking.
Are you a list maker? Like, do you wake up in the morning and make lists and cross things off and then decide what are the key items on that list?
No, I'm a time blocker.
Time blocker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not a big believer in to-do list. I like to grapple with the actual available time. Like, you give your time a job as opposed to having a list, which is somewhat orthogonal to what's actually happening in your day. And then just as you go through your day, saying, what do I want to try to do next? Which I think is a lot less efficient.
I'm going to try your method. I try and structure my days as much as I can, but it just never quite works.
Set pseudo-deadlines for the most important task. I work 6 hours in a day. In the morning, 2 hours of focused work. Then in the afternoon at the library, 4 hours of focused work. That's how I use it. This is what I've been doing. And if the time is finished, I finish working. Doesn't matter what is left, because I'm putting constraints into what I'm working, making sure that the task gets done within those time constraints. That's the beauty of pseudo deadlines. It pushes you to focus on the things that actually matter. Then you need to batch your work. Each day of the week should have a task set. Monday maybe it's for meetings, Tuesday maybe it's for filming, Thursday maybe for learning new stuff, Thursday and so on. When you do this, you decrease mental clutter. Decision fatigue doesn't get in the way, because you know this week I'm actually going to do this. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this is my focus. Because when you treat your time with the same intensity you treat your money, your life changes. Or unless if you lag with money issues, let me know in the comments. Then maybe I'll make a video about it, but then not now. You can keep fighting your own brain, or you can build a system that wins by design. Procrastination isn't laziness, remember. It's the signal that your systems are broken. If you fix your system, fix your life. Start with the focus tag, link in the description, and other cool stuff there. Like, comment, subscribe. Just a click of a button, just here. It won't kill you. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, my friends. Goodbye.